May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. We're looking at the pound. Cable. That's what we're looking at. Cable. Okay. Now, I like cable this week. You heard me. All right. Why? Look at this. Compare it. Look at this. Look at it now. Compare it to the Euro USD. Look here. We'll break the consolidation here, and then we chop to the side. All right. We have a trend line going there. Just marking the structure here. I'm not basing the trade off of it. Now, I want you to look at the pound. That looks a little bit more bearish. Yeah, we have the same trend line. That's cool. That's cool and all. All right. But you'll notice that on this trend line, it is a tad bit lower. It's just tapping and it doesn't peak very high above the consolidation. Yes, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I like this. I like this channel. And the fact that we are at the top of the channel, it looks like we should be heading towards the bottom of it. Yeah. And I like that if you just do it real quick, euro, pound, it just looks like it's heading lower, more so than the euro. And if we're gonna go for weakness, I want to go for the weakest of the majors, and this one is comparatively weaker. Okay, now this is a monthly time frame. We have a break of market structure here. We have the formation of this uh, bullish fair value area. This area of fair value prices already come back to it. We didn't get a lot of lift. We did not get a lot of lift from this area of fair value, and we look like we are coming in for another low. All right, another dip, and I want to be on time for that. We also have this bullish fair value gap right here that I'm going to keep an eye on. Okay, and that it's just something to keep an eye on. We see the rejection of this candle here, and we see that was last month. All right, and we see how indecisive last month closed. We are trading below the low of last month's low. That's what I like. That's because it's trending weaker. All right. Now, this is that monthly fair value gap again. All right. And what do we have here? We have relative equal lows here. All right. And this is going to draw price to it. All right. This is the natural draw on liquidity here. Let me move that up and you can see how right below it is this area. We have a push higher, a push low, and then another high. This is what we're looking at. Up, down, up. All right. This creates that area of demand, and prices already traded into this range. So when we come back through it, I don't expect it to hold. I don't expect it to hold. It's been weakened, and we have this draw on liquidity to bring price towards it. So I like this as a bearish market. All right. Also, last week we closed bearish below the open and close of the previous candle ahead of it. Yeah, we didn't take out that low, but we closed on the way towards it. All right. And we never took out that high. So this is an inside bar, and that creates some indecision, but it's leaning bearish because its body closed below the body of the previous candle. So I'm tending to look at this as a bearish neutral. All right, a bearish neutral situation here, and I'm looking towards the next 48 hours for price to pull back up into this before it actually makes the move back. Because in order for if I expect price to go lower, it's probably going to go higher first, looking for a liquidation event. Now, if we go to the daily, let's take a look. All right, here we are coming towards this fair value gap, which is internal internal range liquidity, and this is the external range liquidity up here. I'm looking for price to pull back after making higher highs, and taking all this external range liquidity and leaving this one unmitigated, right? Price pushes down, pushes back up, then pushes down. I'm looking for this push down, finding support here for another push up to come and sweep out all of the resting liquidity here on the buy side area. All right, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. Now, if we zoom in, you can see I marked this as an area of market structure that last week, if you remember my video, all right, go check it out. All right, I said we closed below it. I'm looking for price to come back into this bearish leg, like I always say, and find resistance in order to continue the bearish trend. All right, where's that resistance at? I marked this, didn't I? The buy up before the stronger sell off, and I marked, come on, man, and I marked this as an area of supply or an order block, right? I didn't mean to mark it that way. There it is. All right, so price comes back up into this. I saw it reaching. I said, as long as it stays below that the midpoint, the 50%, all right, the equilibrium of the bearish order block, I'm looking for price to hold and force price lower. If you don't remember that video, I mean that analysis I put out for that, you should be you should be you shouldn't be shot, but somebody ought to give you a reminder. I wrote it here. See, and how did that turn out? Oh, bam! All right, so give me some credit. All right, and give me a follow, and make sure you leave a comment and tell your friends. Okay, so we got this going down. I'm thinking that we're going to continue that. That should continue. See how this candle came back up here and swept the previous candle's high. All right, and then close at the bottom of that previous candle, that previous day. That was Thursday. This is Friday's candle. Even though it closed kind of in a doji kind of way, it's respecting it's showing some respect to the midpoint of this wick. Y'all know how I feel about wicks. I'm looking at that 50%. I need price to start trading below that 50%. If we see a retracement, what are we retracing to? There is a fair value gap here, a bearish fair value gap. I do not want to see the market come back up that high. All right, I don't. But if it does take out this high, that is a liquidity point up here, and price could very well pop up here and then come back down. I'm not looking for that, but if it does, I'd be looking for a high probability trade to the downside. It could very well just start to trade here. It may move sideways a little bit for the first 48 hours because we got FOMC on Wednesday. I'm looking for, I'll be keeping an eye on that high and this low. I want to see price give a candle body close below that low. That's when I know we're probably going to take out this wick, fill it, and come towards the these relative equal. Stop it. These relative equal lows here. I'm looking at these relative equal lows here. I'm looking for price to make its way down here. That's what I'm looking for. I hope you get it. All right. If you do, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a boost. All right. What am I doing here? I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing here. Apparently, I thought I was doing something here. All right, there you go. All right. I just want to clean up a little bit, man. Dang. What is the problem here? All right, so that's it. Look for some more valid sell setups. All right, and try to get it in before Wednesday, but don't get it in. Don't wait till Wednesday morning before the news to get in a new trade. Wait for the news, and then we can do what we gotta do after. There's a lot of news. You see this news down here? You see this? There's a lot of news down here, man. All right. So be careful this week. But I like shorts in the pound USD. Once we come past that high, once we break the high of this order block, all right, once we break the high of this order block, my bias changes automatically. But if we take out this high, or if we come towards this high, I'm not looking for shorts at that point. I'm going to stop. All right. And then if we take out the protected high of the order block, then I'll be looking for longs. All right. But until that happens, I'm looking for, you see this buy up and this sell off, I'm looking for that low to become the CISD here. Okay. I'm looking for that to become a thing. You understand? All right. I want to trade below the low of this candle. That's it. All right. And you see, we have technically a close below that low. So it's a pretty good indication. Hope you see you in the next video. The next video, I don't know what it's going to be yet. I think I need to do gold. Yeah. All right. So next will be gold. I'll see you in the next video. May profits be upon you.